So I thought I'd check in the car because there's a lot of people in the studio today, I think. So I'm here at the studio. It is Monday. It is December 15th. And I think this may be one of the last studio days I have this month. I'm planning to see if I can come randomly over the holidays. While the kids are home, my husband will be home. Maybe there'll be a couple days where we're not planning to do anything together. And so I'll just come for a few hours and hang out here. But I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself to come to the studio right now. It is pretty crunchy in terms of time. Things are really busy. There is basketball season. There is family gatherings. There is clocking in. And clocking in is going to take tomorrow and the next day while I can fit it in. So I just don't think I'm going to be at the studio a lot. I feel like the studio has to be something very fluid in December for me. It's just not a month where I can focus a lot. So I'm going to go in there today. I'm going to try to finish the 3 pieces. I just need to sew on the red flora. So the thistle, the rose, and the shamrocks. I'm going to sew those on, and I'm going to roll up those quilts and put them away. And I'm just going to kind of putter, I think, in the studio. Maybe do some tidying, although it's not too bad in there right now. Yeah, I just need to clear my head a bit, I think I might think about some goals, because I am chatting with a friend this evening about like wrapping up 2025 and thinking about 2026. And so I just want to kind of take it easy, but I also felt like I needed to be here today and needed to like do something and get some kind of closure to this year. It's a pretty busy time. January is going to be very, very busy again. Not traveling though, and not moving. So I feel like even as busy as the schedule is filling up for January, it's still not going to be quite as crazy as my January of 2025 was, which I'm very grateful for. And yeah, there's a lot of life happening, and I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on myself to try to get to the studio and fit in studio when these other things need to be taken care of, and they need to be I want to give myself space to enjoy the holidays, to relax. I want to read. I have 6 books. I have to read 6 books, finish 6 books to reach my reading goal. I don't know if I can do it in 16 days. Can I read 6 books? That is a lot of books, and I probably can't, but I'm going to try. And so in order to do that, I have to give up something. And I feel like December is kind of, in some ways, it would probably be a great time to come to the studio because it's so sleepy in the world, but not at this stage in my life when I have, teenagers and family that I'm, trying to interact with and stuff. It's just not a quiet time for me, and I shouldn't try to put pressure on myself to
reach some sort of productivity goal in this month. My body really wants to be quiet. It wants to be secluded. It wants to be cozy under a blanket and reading. It wants to be watching movies. It wants to be like just quieter and less out there in the world at this time. So I'm going to try to honor that. Okay, that's my preamble to Monday. Hopefully I'll remember to film some stuff in there. Hey everyone. So it is 2:30 now and I'm gonna head home. I was able to finish all 3 pieces today, which is great. I left them up on the wall, and I also prepped the rest of the supplies I'll need to do my memory keeper project. This year for 2026, I picked a snake, even though this year was the year of the snake and it will transition in February. Either January or February to a new year. I just wanted to commemorate the fact that the snake energy has been with me all year, and I think it will carry over into 2026 for me. So I decided the snake would be a really good symbol for me to use for my memory keeper project, and I will show you that. I'll be working on that at home, just a really quiet, simple project I do. Start in December, finish in January, or finish in December. Every year I make a 9x9 square, and it's a symbol that stays with me all year in the studio. And at the end of the year, I name the year. I named 2025 the Growing New Roots year, since it's the first year in our new house. And so, and the block that I picked for this, the symbol that I picked for this year was a house. So yeah, it's really windy, but really sunny right now. And so I feel like I need to go home and take a walk. I need to clear my head. I need to get my blood pumping. So I'm going to go do that. And as I said, I'm not sure what else I'm going to do to check in for this studio vlog. Studio vlogs in December are always kind of weird. It's a strange time of year to be making art, but hopefully I'll have some other footage to show you. And maybe I'll show you some of this wind because it's pretty crazy.